This week, I read an article talking about how there's a skill gap in Australia for people working in technology, like software engineers, developers, project managers. And in this video, I will share with you a few of the reasons why I think this gap will never be filled. According to the Australian Computer Society and Deloitte, in the next 5 years alone, we will need at least another 200,000 workers working in the tech industry just to meet the market demand. Also, StartupAus.org pointed out that digital product management has one of the fastest growing skill gaps in the country. And I think they should have said in the entire world, because I don't think this problem is only happening here in Australia. It's actually happening everywhere around the world. And here's the bad news. There will always be shortage of people working in tech. Here's why. First, every company is becoming a software company. If you look around, every single company you interact with or do business with has become a software company. Banks, insurance companies, media companies, retail, real estate, even hospitals, you name it. They have all built large development teams just to build and support all their platforms and websites and apps and software they use internally in their business. These large and established businesses are offering very high salaries to attract and suck up all the talent from the market, especially that there wasn't much talent available to start with. The second reason is technology moves so fast nowadays that teams can't possibly keep up. Imagine this. Imagine that you're building a wall, stacking up brick by brick. Before you can even finish building the wall, a new model of bricks comes out that just doesn't fit the other bricks. Now you have to go and change all the bricks before you can finish the wall. In technology, the tools change while you are using them. It's like you're cutting with a knife and the knife gets an upgrade and it changes in your hand while you're cutting. So to keep up with all this change, people working in tech have to keep learning and reading just to stay on top of that change. If you stop following up for a month or even weeks, you can easily find that what you've built is already old and that it just doesn't even work anymore. So working in technology is very demanding because there are many moving pieces and you have to stay up to date on all fronts. Plus, it's hard and expensive to keep changing and upgrading the tools and knowledge while you're building. The third reason why there will always be shortage of tech skills is education. Okay, so coding or writing software is both technical and creative. And in many cases, you are the architect, the engineer, and the builder, and all at the same time. And I don't think you can teach someone how to be creative. You can help them exercise creativity, but you can't make someone creative. So if you teach someone how to code, it doesn't mean you can teach them how to build serious software that does real work. That requires experience. Just like, for example, if you teach someone how to speak English, it doesn't mean they can now go write poems and structured novels and stories. To write a novel, they need to be good. They need to be good at building a storyline, developing a character, creating the plot. The language is just like the glue they use to piece everything together. And I think that that's the confusion and mistakes most companies make. They go and hire little cousin Johnny, who's a whiz kid that just finished an online course about, building an app, and they go ask him to build their groundbreaking app. They then realize a few months later that little Johnny is struggling and he's got no idea how to build something that does real work and that can be maintained and live for a long time. He's never done it before, which is fair enough. I just think, just like you can't train surgeons or architects overnight, you cannot train developers overnight. Not everyone likes it either. Not everyone likes development or technology. And it takes many years of experience to become good at it. And people who choose to work in that field have to be ready to keep learning and growing their knowledge. The fourth reason is related to the third one, and that's that the educational system cannot possibly keep up. Technology is moving so fast and information keeps changing all the time that it is impossible to have it contained in a system that can be reproduced and passed on to students over time. Besides, teachers and educators in most cases are completely disconnected from the real workforce. They might have academic qualifications, but many of them don't have industry experience, or not a recent one at least. So by the time a student graduates, whether in project management or software engineering or development, most of what they've learned is almost redundant and sometimes even completely wrong. So they go to the job and they're useless by the time they've graduated. Anyway, that's my opinion, and I'm interested to know what's yours. So please leave a comment if you work in tech or deal with tech teams, and let me know your thoughts. And how do you think we can help the industry narrow this skill gap and get more people working in technology and excited about the future? I would love to hear your thoughts. That's all for now. Bye bye, everyone.